Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Nano You Learn, Learning Made Easy. In this session, I am going to explain about VModel, part of SDLC models. This is the model diagram for VModel. VModel. To overcome the limitations of waterfall model, we go with VModel. As seen in the waterfall model, defects found at the end of SDLC is due to testing done at the end phase of SDLC. That is, only during the testing phase, the actual testing will be done in the waterfall model, and the testers used to find the defects only at the end phase of SDLC, that is during testing phase. But it is always better to introduce testing activity in the early phase of SDLC, as like in this model, testing activity starts at early phase of SDLC. That is, which means that before starting the actual testing, the testing team will work on various activities like test plan preparation, preparation of test cases, in parallel with the development activity, which helps to get the test deliverables on time. In VModel SDLC, based on the requirement specification document, testing activity and development activity will be started. Based on the requirement document, development team will start working on the design and development, whereas the testing team will start working on test plan and test case preparation. Both these activities will work parallel to each other. As it is the most popular lifecycle model, majority of organizations will follow this model. Since the first half of the model includes verification phases and next half includes validation phases, this model is also known as VV model, which is the name for verification and validation model. Typical V model shows software development activities on left hand side of this model, whereas the right hand side shows testing activities. In V model SDLC, based on the requirement specification document, testing activity and development activity will be started. In this process, if we observe, overall, the do procedure is followed by the development team, whereas the check procedure, that is the testing activity or testing procedure, will be done by the testing team to meet the mentioned requirements. If we see what are all we have discussed so far, the model diagram, we can see the same. So here, initially, it starts with the parallel activity. You can see the developer's life cycle at the left hand side and the tester's life cycle at the right hand side. Starts with BRS phase, that is business requirement specification phase. In parallel, the testing team is in the acceptance testing phase, whereas the team will start working on acceptance test cases. Then it moves to SRS phase, where the system requirements are defined. Here, in parallel to it, so the testing team will be working on the system test cases, which is the testing activity. And here in the design specifications phase, the parallel activity is the integration testing phase for the testing team, and the team will work on integration test case creation. Then it moves to program specification phase, where the team is working on unit test cases. Then it moves to coding phase. Then once all the testing activity is done, after the coding phase is completed, the QA team will start working on the test cases execution, which they have already prepared in the parallel activity. So these are all the verification phases on the left hand side, and these are the validation phases on the right hand side. Since because of this model design, it is also called as verification validation model, that is VV model. So overall, if we observe the nature of the model and the life cycle process, we see that the do procedure, that is the development activity, is happening in the development's life cycle phases, that is at the left hand side of the model, whereas the check procedure, that is the testing procedure, will happen on the right hand side of the model, which is termed as tester's life cycle. So this is all about the VModel SDLC. Thanks for watching my video. Happy learning. Have a good day. Please subscribe and share my channel. Thanks everyone.